up, guys? The Moving Junk Guy here, back again with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed my other videos. Coming here with a lot of energy today. Hope you guys are killing it. Hope we're growing. Hope we're hitting 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. Even if you're not, let's get there. Let's follow the instructions and the people around us so we can get to where we want to go. Because what do we want to do? We want to succeed. We want to grow. We want financial freedom. We want to kill it. We want thriving businesses that we can pass down to our children and make it generational. We don't want to just be a fly-by-night organization. We want to kill it. So, without further ado, thank you guys for liking the video, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. But today, I'm here to discuss a major pain point that's sweeping the nation. And that is labor. Labor, man. I swear, if I had a dime for every business owner I talked to that said that labor is an issue, I'd probably have about, 25 dimes. It's a little jokey there. But seriously, it's been such a huge thing ever since COVID. People just don't want to work. That's what the perception is. I've ran into that personally a little bit. I haven't really hit that hard of a patch. I've been pretty good. However, I do know a lot of business owners who have struggled with this. Not even just in junk removal and moving industry, but in other industries that I've talked to. Just labor. So, how many of you guys have been in a pinch before where a guy maybe he calls out the day of, now you're stuck? Or you have a big job and you need extra workers. Or you have to fire a guy. It's all happened to us. It's happened to all of us at some point or another. I've had moves that are scheduled for 4 movers, because that's how moving works. You have a certain amount of people that are scheduled for a particular move. Duh. But I've had 4 movers scheduled for a job, and then one calls out the morning of. Bang. Now we're down to 3. Now, if you don't have on-call staff or just like rotational guys that come in maybe sparingly, you're going to be kind of screwed. So then you have to show up to the customer and tell them, hey, sorry, I know we don't have 4 guys. We said we have 4 guys. We got 3 guys. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Blah, 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 blah. Now, that already starts the day off on a bad foot. I'll be honest. A lot of those type of days don't really turn out the way that you want them to be. And even if they are a good move, you don't always get you don't get a review. So it's like this. It wasn't a bad service for the customer, but it wasn't good enough to give it a review because they started off on that foot. So, that's a bad thing. For the first year and some change in my business, I experienced that a few times, and it was so frustrating. I can't even tell you how frustrating it was. And I went through all the different hiring channels, Indeed, Simply Hired, ZipRecruiter, Monster, Craigslist, you name it, I was there. But that doesn't really help you if you need somebody that day. So then I came across this website, or this app really, and to be honest, I'm not going to take credit for it because I don't honestly remember who gave it to me or where I heard it from or whatever, but I just know that I found it and I'm happy I did. There's a couple of these out there, and I'll put the link in the bio, but it's called Gig Worker, gigworker.com. What this app does that's unique is you set up an account, you post a job, you post a location, you post the number of workers that you need, you post your hourly rate, you post the description, you post what they need to bring, if anything, tools, uniform, whatever, and then bang, you post it, and it goes out to their whole pool of applicants, and then they apply, and then you can pick who you want to hire for that position. It's really genius, honestly. It's like temp agency on steroids, honestly, because of the fact that what it does is it kind of solves the labor crisis in a pinch. It's not a long-term solution. Now, they do have a hiring feature that you can do where you can find people who are permanent. But, I mean, a lot of times you want to feel these guys out first. When I send them out to my job sites or when I bring them with me, I grade them. And I see, is this someone where I'd like to continue to work with? If they are, then we'll talk. If not, then that'll be a one and done. Simple as that. I've had good experience with gig worker, especially as of late. My first couple experiences were not as great. I've had a lot of guys like say they're going to be there and then not show up, which sucks because that puts you right back in the predicament that you were in with your own employees, right? So, gig worker, you can schedule in advance. You can schedule the day of. You can schedule the day before. Now you have the best success rate with finding a good qualified candidate and someone who you can really vet. If you're doing a few days before your job, that's ideal. Trust me. You don't want to get to the point where it's the morning of a job and you have to hire someone right away. It can happen, but you got to increase the pay. That's what I found. A lot of times, if I post something maybe a week ahead or something like that, and I'm not getting enough hits or I'm not getting enough people that are qualified, I'll just up the pay. And I think about it like this. As long as I get somebody on the job, I can make money. If I don't get anybody on the job, I can't make money. So why am I stressing over $1 or $2 an hour? The best part is these guys are guys and gals, because I've hired women too off of this app. Typically, they're very skilled. They had experience in that industry because you can put in what skill you're looking for in the criteria, and boom, they'll just pop that up. And it's really good. Hourly rate, you decide that, but obviously the higher the dollar amount per hour, the more chance you have of getting a qualified candidate or just a lot of candidate pool to decide from. What else? They're just really good with their customer service as well. I have a account rep that I work with that helps me if I don't get any employees or any gig workers in a couple of days. He'll reach out and he'll keep on banging the hammer and getting it done. So I highly recommend gig worker if you're ever in a pinch or you don't want to hire. Because that's the benefit. That's the other benefit. When you hire somebody, you have employment costs, payroll costs, taxes, health insurance if you provide that, workman's comp, and a whole bunch of other things. But the good thing about gig worker is they cover all that because they're an independent contractor of you. So and they pay everything. So they work for gig worker. So they show up at your job site, you tell them what to do, and they leave. And it's a simple transaction. Gig worker pays them through the app and all that. Everything. You don't have to do anything. There's no downside to it. Honestly. So, as I said, to recap, gig worker is a godsend if you have a lot of employee problems or you have a lot of problems where guys aren't showing up or you don't have enough workers on staff to fill a certain position. And it's just great. Like, it really is. I highly recommend it. So again, I will put this in the bio. Gig worker. Gig worker. Gig worker. Okay? Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, follow, whatever else you do. Looking forward to talking to you guys. Talk to you soon. Keep killing it. Make some money. Let's go.